I don't fucking get this, man. Hello. My production skills way up there, top shelf as always. I don't know what was going on. Every time I tried to unmute so the music would play, it was stopping the video of our logo playing. I don't know. That never happened before, so I don't know whether StreamYard made some changes or I don't know what's going on. But I'll keep working on that. One of these days, my compatriots here will be able to say with pride, John's a good producer. It could be, I might count 20,000 more days before that happens, but I'm going to keep trying, folks. I'm going to keep trying. So a couple of announcements. And I got to get it in the chat. I did post it in the chat like last night or something. I'll get it in the chat. It's in the video description. Some of you folks that come to watch us might know who Marty Camejo is. She's been on Knox channel an awful lot and a lot of different channels. But she has a GoFundMe going right now. She needs some help. Marty is one of the leading candidates for my favorite person in the world. So if you're able to, click on that GoFundMe and help Marty out, please. And I say it's in the video description, and I will get it in the live chat here during the show a few times so you can see it. Also, Mike reminded me this morning, I'm going to get into the live chat there and hand out some wrenches to folks. Mike already has one, and we will get some other wrenches put out there. And for anybody that ends up with a wrench, I don't, if you time people out, if they're like being racist or, like just being over the edge, like, racist or going after, racist or bigoted or anything like that, that's fine, time them out. But if somebody's just being rude, don't time them out. If Jill comes in here or something, just let him say his shit. That's the best thing for folks like that, is to let people hear what they have to say. And most people come to the conclusion that there's not people to pay attention to. But yeah. So what else was there? Mike is going to be leaving at the beginning of October. He won't be here for the show on the 9th. So Geo Sam is going to be a guest host that day and host the show with Scott. And because we're having Geo on, we're going to have a little bit of a late start time that day. We're going to start at 9:30 Central. But, that should be a problem, seeing as how our viewership isn't real high at this point so far. But we're going to keep plugging away. We're going to convince you to count the days with us. I promise. One other thing, no big deal. But because I can't even remember to do it myself, even though I'm the one who declared it here recently. But I was having a moment here the other day about my mother who passed last year. And it made me realize that my name's not John. My name's Johnny, because that's what my mom always called me. And John was always my father. So I'm Johnny now. I'm going by Johnny. Because that's what my family's called me for these last 58 years. So, as you see on the screen, topic today is going to be about whether this urge humans have in them to believe in a higher power, whether that's a good thing, an actual thing. But come on, theists, if there's any theists out there, and I see there's 3 of us here now, so that would just be us, probably in the chat, me, Scott, and Speed. But at any rate, we're going to get started here. And first of all, let me do this. Again, the highest production values on the planet.
And now, Moments of Butchery with the Amateur Conversationalist.
Hey, StreamYard is doing some really weird stuff today. I did not have the loop on, yet it looped. It recently dawned on me how important physical activity and eating right are the older you get. When younger, I thought through observation that getting older meant it was time to wind my life down, rest on my laurels, and with that would come the desire to have polyester next to my skin, the compunction to have my pants pulled up and belted just below my breasts, the need to watch daytime TV, talk and game shows, Mike Douglas, Merv Griffin, Password, and to eat supper at 4 p.m. And to call it supper. That's all bullshit, of course. The older you get, the more activity you should get. Use it or lose it is a hard truth of human existence. So I've been making a concerted effort to eat properly and exercise daily. Along with the other changes going on in my life, health is at the top of my priority list now. Making that commitment got me thinking about my lifelong struggle with my weight. I realized it all stems from my love of mastication and my drug addict-esque need to stimulate my taste buds. Chewing, tasting, swallowing. Oh, swallowing. How I love thee. Feeling every esophageal muscle as it passes my offering to the next in line in my food's journey to my stomach. Hunger for me, insatiable. Like I said, this has been a lifelong problem for me. When I was a kid, When the ice cream man came to my neighborhood, he didn't ring the bell on his truck. He rang my doorbell. If he caught me on allowance day, he could knock off early. He still sends me a Christmas card every year from his chalet in Aspen. Gorging, overeating can get you into trouble in the world too. I remember one night I was all hopped up on peppermint patty candy bars, and I got arrested for tobogganing naked in public. They hauled me in. I spent the night in a cell. Now when I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of a full body cavity search. Actually, part of that's not true. I was unable to get control of my overeating on my own. I only started losing weight after having a medical procedure. But I didn't have any of the traditional procedures. Didn't have my stomach stapled. Didn't have my jaw wired. No liposuction. I opted for a new, more radical procedure. My doctor temporarily transplanted my taste buds to my asshole. Now, the reason this works as an appetite suppressant is because everything I eat winds up tasting like shit. In fact, my doctor told me that until I hit my target weight and he reverses the procedure, I may as well eat shit. A lot of good leftover nutrients and shit, apparently. So anyway, that's it from me this week. I'm out of here. I'm actually feeling a little peaked. I think I'll go by the nearest dog park and freak some people out.
This has been Moments of Dunsery with the Amateur Conversationalist.
Are you going to keep me up? Are you going to keep me up there? There we go.
What the hell with y'all? Hey, good morning.
That's right. Good morning, YouTube.
Good morning.
Side
So
chat.
I posted a link to Derek Mythvision's excellent stream about the biological origins of spiritual longing.
Oh, so when you asked me for his email, you meant channel link?
Nope.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody can hear me. I tried to unmute like 5 times. It's not doing it.
I can hear you now.
All right. I think I got sound.
Can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here.
I don't know if I should put the hood up this morning.
People are now posting.
All I see is my avatar. I see a blank screen for Scott. Speed just disappeared.
I'm blank.
Yeah,
Right,
StreamYard
so-
does. StreamYard does that occasionally. It shows one person is blank. I have to see what.
Say something, guys.
I'm saying something.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I don't know.
Testing. You know, we have people that are in the side chat posting their number of days old. So it's
That's
catching
awesome.
it's catching on in the side chat, and there's also a Twitter account called The Truth.
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, where you post your number of days old daily, that people can also reply to with their number of days old.
I love being the senior in the room, but they don't actually tell you about the lizard people until you're 25,000 days old.
Yeah,
so
apparently I've not heard of
that's
them.
all I can tell you. I could just tell you. They're going to tell you more. When you turn
Oh, we don't hear about the lizard people till how many days old?
25,000 days old, and then you get the full, you get the full spiel on the lizard people, and you'll know.
You
You'll
get
know
the
more.
Illuminati. You get the Illuminati fill in.
Yep.
All right, let's see here. I gotta get? Oh yeah. Well, I'm surprised I haven't got a private message from Scott. Yes, I maybe have. I see there's one there. I forgot to turn that off. Again, starting soon. Wow, we're really starting soon. We've already started. All right. And
Yeah,
then
like 20 minutes in and we just got here.
yeah, because of me. Like I don't understand. Like I said, I upgraded my internet. I've got the highest internet available here now. And on my end, when I was trying to get you guys in the room and stop that after I did my little bit there, my screen was just doing all this crazy shit. Oh, did you just put the horns up because you were fucking with me, Mike? Somehow you got into my computer and fucked with everything? Is that what that is?
Actually, it was unrelated. Every now and then I just put the horns up.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got to get this phone app open in case somebody might be calling us. I can't imagine. So anyway, Todd, so yeah, set the table for the topic, fellas.
Okay, can I yell at you first? Well, okay, the thumbnail talking about the God gene.
Right.
Okay. That's problematic. Okay, and I'm going to hit you with the biology of the thing, saying that there's a gene for this or a gene for that. In very, very rare circumstances, there is a gene for something, I guess, but I can't think of a good example. But it don't work like that. So, so they're not going to find a God gene. What is his name? Wathy? Dr. Wathy talks about on Myth Vision is all the different basically things about humans that lead to this whole religion thing. There's a whole lot of development, and it's somewhat as simple as instinctual things that you basically are born with that allow you to survive for this first few weeks, like hanging onto your mama's hair or whatever, or boob, or I don't know, whatever the hell you want to hang on to. But all those things combine to give us this humanness that ends up being what you could call genetics creating a need for God, that sort of thing. But it isn't even, it isn't just genetics. It's the culture, the family you're born into, the environment you're born into. All of this just primes us for this religious sort of life, that sort of thing. And,
and then you and I was just going to say, you and I have, you probably don't remember because I do the same thing. We have conversations and then forget about them. But you and I talked about this recently, and here's my rudimentary idea. What the hell just happened?
I changed something.
Oh, no, I just like going, wow, we have guests in the room. But this is the way I look at it in my, unscientific way of looking at things, is that the reason people the humans believe in God is because it's a feedback loop in your brain between cognizance of mortality and the idea of being goal oriented. It's like, how can human beings move forward? Like, why should I move forward? Why would I make plans? Why would I do anything? I'm just going to die. So there's this like feedback loop that doesn't let you get past that problem until something is created in your mind that, well, wait a minute, I don't die like everything else. I'm special. So that's the way I look at it. I think that's what it is. But
yeah, okay. Can I play a quick clip from Derek's thing?
Well, yeah. Give me a screen for me so I can share.
No. Look below you. Basically, I can play it this way through my camera.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let me know.
But what is this? Why are you playing this, though, is what I want.
You'll find out when I play it.
Well, but does it have to do with the topic?
It certainly would. No, this is about car repair. Yeah, it does. No, yeah, this has to do with the top. Just listen.
All right. All right. Wait a minute. Let me get you. You're the only screen. Hold on.
Okay.
Craig, or others act like I've never experienced the presence of God. All of the language that they use.
Oh, hang on a second, guys. I got a problem.
What?
You know, I didn't switch my speakers over. Was that echoing?
It was echoing.
It was echoing a little bit, but we could hear it fine.
Okay, I think I'm good now. Okay, listen.
Describe. I know exactly what they're saying. I have experienced it. And the funny thing is, since becoming an atheist, I still experience these experiences. I don't need Jesus. Yeah. And it's like, you act like you have the monopoly on what this is. And no, it is a natural phenomenon that we have innate. So I just wanted to say that before we get into Q&A. That
okay, that's it. So did you hear what he says? So William Lane Craig says, you know, I experience God, or all these Christians will tell you that they experience God, presence of the Holy Spirit and all that stuff. And there are a few of us atheists that really understand what that feeling is, and we can relate when they talk about that feeling of feeling God. I know exactly what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, right. And what it is that it's because of the fact, because all human beings experience what they're talking about. And this idea, well, you were never really a Christian. Like, okay, get the fuck out of here. We're all human beings. And the fact of the matter is like you just said, and that guy just said, we feel those feelings because it's a human thing. Okay. And what it is because human beings, they're labeling it the wrong thing. They have these feelings, like they have this epiphany or something. And instead of like giving credit to themselves and their, you know, and their goings on and their mind and everything, they have to look for some outside source. Well, this is the hand of God that's helping me, or this is a higher power or whatever. It's just, it kind of kills me when people, and you've experienced this too, Mike, you know, from your work in AA for years, is like most of the people in AA, when they say they got a hold of, you know, their drinking or whatever, they're giving credit to God, but it's not a higher power that did it. It's them and their support group that did it.
Well, it's something that happened to them internally that did it, really. It's this absolute rewiring of your brain that occurs when you start to have these experiences, that sort of thing. And there's a little bit on the screen here. They did some brain scans, and the medial orbital frontal lobe, which is right behind your eyeballs, is where all the sort of the executive decision making happens. Decision making happens in a lot of parts of the brain. But anyway, the other ones are the middle temporal, inferior parietal, right inferior parietal, and right superior parietal. These areas of the brain that basically tell you who you are. That's where your sense of being in the universe and your sense of self.
So in other words, brains. Okay.
Brains. Yeah. So anyway, there's a whole lot of neuroscience that we need to fucking learn about, and that's why I'm an anti-theist. Because as long as we attribute this stuff to some kind of intention, like Q Danny Weenie, or soul, or basically some mental phenomena, as long as we don't understand the biology of this stuff is going to continue to trip us up and continue to be unavailable to us as a tool to live our lives in a more peaceful and fruitful manner, and to get along in society in a more peaceful and fruitful manner. As long as we think that God is doing it, or there's this mental thing or this soul thing, we aren't going to make inroads into understanding what is happening to the degree that we can manipulate it and use it as a tool, you know, for human beings. Like religion has been sort of a tool, right? You know, we've used it as a tool to bind societies together, to get people to behave and all of that. But it's the kind of tool that you would like, when we first fashioned a stone axe, okay, Religion is like that. It's like fashioning a stone axe. Now, in modern times, we're capable of creating just wonderful steel axes that with very sharp edges, right? That's what the fuck we need in neuroscience and in society. And we need to abandon this religious bull crap. or redefine it. We need
reframe. Reframe is always a strong tactic when it comes to our emotional and our thinking processes.
Yep. Anyway, there's a whole lot in here. Neil deGrasse Tyson. I guess 7% of scientists are Christians, according to some survey that they did. That's amazingly small.
Yeah, but it's, I think, persistent is what Wathy's point was, that no matter how many ways you divide up your polling target group, you're going to get that kind of 7% floor of people that essentially have reported feeling the presence of God or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's my little spiel on it. That we have to. And the other thing is the audacity of Christians claiming that they're the only ones that can feel these human feelings.
Well, that's a major aspect of that control situation where religion is one of those institutions that tries to control the narrative of what people experience in their life. And
if you don't believe the right thing,
or interpret that thing as God rather than an internal process that's analogous to when we were children, because basically we had a lot of firmware installed in us when we were born, and part of that was the wiring to seek and feel the presence of a loving mother or parent.
Yeah. When you think about a cult, the cult leader will tell you that he'll basically gaslight you and tell you, well, you're not feeling the right thing. You have to do what I tell you to do in order to feel the right thing. Mm-hmm. And you'll be screaming, no, I feel it. And he'll be saying, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. You gotta think more in lines of what I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. And that is cult stuff. So in a lot of respects, Christianity is one big ugly cult. That's basically driving you with this particular doctrine.
And theists, if you disagree, call 307-372-3730.
I'm not being kind to theists this morning. I'm not in a kind mood. Whatever. Anyway.
I've encountered people that talk about in a time of stress, suddenly feeling a tightness around them, which at first makes me think heart attack, but no, they meant like a warmth came over them, and they felt like what they swore was a hug or something like that, being enveloped with peace and warmth and a good feeling. And to me, I interpret that as kind of what Wathy described in that video on Myth Vision podcast. And it's just very common. There's been times where I've been, grief-stricken for whatever reasons at a very low point, and then suddenly I will feel warmth and joy and things like that for apparently no reason. And when I encounter it, it causes me to, feel a little more hope, to get through that situation. But I very rarely am tempted to think, well, this could be a spiritual presence or something like that, because I know our brain does stuff. When we're stressed, our brain emits certain chemicals and hormones, or our body does, and anything can happen. So interpreting our experiences immediately as some sort of supernatural thing bears kind of a skeptic scouring, where we scour our experience with a skeptical eye and think, well, what could be causing this? Not to take the joy and mystery out of life, but to seek understanding of ourselves and the people around us.
Yeah, yesterday I was seized by a demonic presence. Satan definitely got a hold of me yesterday. I took 2 very thin slices of sprout bread and toasted them. And on that sprout bread, on each one of them, I pasted half a stick of butter, like not margarine, butter. And then on top of that, I put 2.5 inches of peanut butter. And then I ate both of those fuckers. And I felt the presence of Satan for about 4 hours after that. Oftentimes, indigestion feels like fucking demonic possession. It just makes you feel like crap, right? So next time I'm only going to eat one and go with 1/4 stick of butter. Or no, half a stick of butter. But,
yeah.
Ugh.
Never do the butter.
I don't understand why.
Satan.
So I've got the chat popped out, and then so half my screen is the StreamYard shit, and then the other half is the chat on my screen, and then like the controls at the bottom of the StreamYard screen keep disappearing, like the mute and the camera and all that. And I don't understand. Like a lot of shit's happening today that never happened before. It's like
Are you on the
seems
phone?
like it's. No, I'm on my laptop right now, but like it's just there's some things going on. I guess I have to hurry up and get that paid version. That's probably what this is. They probably put a whole bunch of bugs in the free version so that you buy the paid version.
Can you pop the chat on StreamYard?
What's that?
You can pop.
No, you can pop the chat out from YouTube.
Oh, okay, not StreamYard.
Yeah, and then I popped that out, and I just handed out some wrenches. So some of you folks are blue now that weren't blue before. If you're somebody that just doesn't feel right unless you're in blue, send me a message. And if you're not a total idiot, like I don't know, I can't think of an idiot's name right now. Jesus is Lord. If you're, I'll give you a wrench. I mean, if you're not something like. Yeah. So at any rate, like Scott mentioned at the beginning, and I was just looking at it in here, like some folks came in, they're giving the days they've been on. That's kind of cool. Keep doing that. And, like he said, it's in the description is a link to the Twitter feed. And we've had some people over there, the Trusty Ape podcast. He's checked in a few times with how many days he's old and all that kind of jazz. So check in with us, give it a try. I know since I've been doing it that it just kind of gives you like a focus. Like if how many, it gives you a focus for that day. This is, like today, what am I? I don't think I even posted yet in our shared text thing. And it's escaping me now. I think I'm 21,455. Yeah. Because me and Scott are like 5 days apart.
Yeah.
He's 5 days older than I am. So, at any rate, I go ahead, guys. I interrupted you there. Sorry.
There's I think it was back in February or March, I turned, 26,100. And I'm coming up on another 100 days. And that 100-day thing kind of gives me a different measure of what I've done in my life and what I've accomplished. And I try to reflect back and think how big that 100 days was. In some respects, it seems like it's happening really fast. But then when I start to detail all of the things that have happened since March, it's a pretty incredible pile of, changes. And so it gives you all these different ways of commemorating time, I think. And the daily, and then by the hundreds and by the thousands, by the year, by the month, by the week. And we have more tools in order to make it more present in your mind about the passage of time. And that 100 days amounted to summer. That was summer for me. And now I'm heading back into this Minnesota fucking winter shit,
Has it been getting a little chillier in Minnesota?
It has been getting chillier just in the last week. We had like 80 something last week and now 54 today. So we're feeling the crisp.
You're muted, Scott, if you're trying to talk.
That's okay. He's better muted.
Yeah, it usually comes across better. And that way it's less likely to offend somebody.
Yeah.
But I think he's saying, but anyway, what was I going to say? Never mind. I was just saying it's like 74 right now, and I think we're going to get up into the 90s again today. So fall has not really fallen. Our biggest thing is we know it's fall if it doesn't break 100.
Well, and so if you haven't figured it out yet, with the three of us, as Scott put it here like a week ago, three guys early in the morning trying to make complete sentences. Yeah, and if you haven't figured it out yet, you have also here three Emily Latellas, if you remember, if that name rings any bells with you, because you're going to hear "never mind" out of us an awful lot of times. You've already heard it.
Never mind.
Yeah, because we're going to start sentences and go, "Yep, have no idea where the end of that sentence is," but okay.
What's all this talk about God wearing jeans? God didn't wear jeans. He wore a robe.
That's perfect.
I was actually going to say that I think you've studied biology enough now, Speed, that we're going to rename you to Gene.
Well, and it's so funny. So I've been working on an idea to do something for my sister on her birthday, and I'm not going to say what it is in case she's watching, but. No shit. Never mind. I just did it now.
Oh
yeah. Something about that. I don't know. Something you guys said made me think of something I was going to say, and now I can't think of what it is. But yeah, you're right. Something must be going on with the chat because I haven't seen the chat here move. It seems like there's not a complete connection between StreamYard and YouTube with the chat. The chats will show up on YouTube, but then they don't, pop up here in StreamYard. I don't understand what that deal is.
yeah. Well, we may have to face the fact that we may not be engaging people's brains.
Right.
I'm not here I'm not completely here today. I'm taking kind of an odd vacation, sort of from like yesterday. I did a premiere and I wasn't there. I wasn't even there.
Wow. Yeah.
I was somewhere else.
I covered it for you.
I was off on a day. Yeah.
So,
good.
All right.
But,
yeah, there is a lot in. Okay, it finally caught up on StreamYard. I see.
Yeah, it looks like Maynard Saves is one of the youngins in the group.
He's a
17,720.
I can't even count that low. I have to go straight to 20,000 just to begin counting the days.
Yeah, when you're that young, you don't even know about the frog people, let alone the lizard people.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Maynard. Let me know when you hear about the frog people. I'll talk you through it.
Wait a minute, the frog people. You're talking about like the Alex Jones frog people, the water's making them gay, that kind of frog people?
Yeah. It's all in there, but don't confuse Maynard because he's too young.
Let him enjoy his final.
He's too young to know about the frog
few
people.
Days before he learns about the frog people.
And you're all too young to know about the lizard people who live in non-existent basements and pizza parlors.
Godless Granny is she's not down with this not being the oldest in the room. She's usually says she's usually the oldest in the room, and you're kind of topping out on her there, Mike.
I have some problems.
Mike, that's the other thing. Mike is our current big kahuna. We need another big kahuna. Is there anybody out there that's close to 100?
Well, Godless Granny, I don't know if you consider this a compliment or an insult or somewhere in between, but you may be more mature than our oldest person.
Can you remove Scott?
I mean, I usually the thing is I usually don't try.
Oh, Eric.
I usually don't try and correct right thinking minds, so I'm not going to do anything with Scott on that one.
Yeah. Yep. So what else you guys got to say about the religious experience of being a human being? So, yeah, everybody should watch that Myth Vision thing. That was really good. He really gets into like nurturing and, you know, the feeling of nurturing and the feeling of attachment to a parent. And when you listen to Christians talk, that's all it is it's like daddy and mommy, you know, Mother Mary and, you know, and Father Jesus or Brother Jesus. It's just thick with it. And like, that's an okay way to live if you're 7 years old. But you got to move beyond that a little bit and try to reframe some of it and use it as a tool that it is, I think. And boy, I'm not being kind to Christians today, but the hell with them. None of them are calling in, right?
Well, they should be getting ready to go to church or at least the donut shop.
Yep. Yes.
Of course, times are different. And I mean, time zones are different. I mean, people, like it's in the evening, I think, for, I forget who talked about it being evening for them. Was it Willie Ignorant? I think Willie Ignorant it's evening time where he is. But, you know, I could still do for a donut in the evenings sometimes. It's just they get closed, and then the cops don't like it when I just start banging on the window, demanding to be let into the donut shop. So,
yeah.
So I'm trying to. All right. So I found my post from yesterday in the live chat about Marty's GoFundMe, and I put it on the screen. But then I keep trying to copy that link, and every time I roll my cursor over it, it makes the thing come up to show or hide the comment. And it won't let me latch onto that link and copy it. So I got to figure out some other way to that.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm still suffering from the effects of that Satan sandwich yesterday.
That's a Satan sandwich.
Yeah, that's why I'm being so anti-theist this morning. The Satan sandwich.
The Satan sandwich?
Yeah, my peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, peanut butter and butter. Yeah. Yeah, about a half pound of peanut butter and a stick of butter. And
yeah, it's a little too much oil, I think.
I felt a little bit off all day, and I had to drink a lot of water before the feeling went away.
Remember, peanut butter has a lot of fat. Fat equal oil.
Butter tends to have some.
So
Anyway.
Oh, by the way, Mike, you're sending me like a bunch of shit in text, and my high-speed data on my phone is up for this month, so I can't get any multimedia messages. So the last four, you sent me one at 7:14, 7:24, 7:26, and 7:30, and none of those things I can look at right now because you're going to have to email me whatever it was you were trying to send me.
Oh, shit. Those were important instructions about how to operate your heart monitor and your pacemaker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. God, you miss those? Fuck, John.
You mean, wait a minute. So is that why I can't feel anything in my chest right now?
I think so. Yeah. You know, I think you better. Wow. Maybe I should email them to you.
Yeah. Whatever that was. Yeah. Email it to me. And then, so like, can't I just do like Tom Cruise and like just take a couple wires out of the wall and have somebody put them to my chest and
Did he do that? What movie was that?
That
Jesus.
was
The
Mission
third one?
Impossible 3, the third one. Yeah, with the guy who's dead
Michelle
now.
Monaghan. Yeah. And
No,
then
what the
and
hell's that guy?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Phillips. Yep, that's
Yeah.
it. Philip Seymour.
Yeah.
Which that was a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman was a great actor. I really am sorry that he passed away so young.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and like that kind of shit too. Like, it makes me so happy that I never was interested in trying any of that shit, the injectables, and I really never, got around. What the hell?
Yeah, I was afraid of needles. So
Message size. Okay, so now I'm getting a message from somebody else that I can't read.
anyway,
Wait a minute.
maybe we should wrap up today, seeing as how I'm checked out. Unless you want to open it up, maybe have somebody pop in and have a conversation.
Nah, I ain't into that today. Yeah, we'll just we can roll for a few more minutes, see if we get another caller. But yeah, like we said in the beginning, if we don't get callers, we're gonna kind of hold it to an hour. And then so look, I have to, before we do close for the day, I gotta get that. And it's in the description. The GoFundMe for Marty Camejo is in the description, but I want to get it in the live chat a couple times, and I'm having difficulty doing that because of what an idiot I am.
Oh, maybe I could find it.
Maynard Saves, and this has nothing to do with anything. Maynard Saves said he was pulling up at Tim Hortons right now. Now, I know that to be some Canadian coffee outlet or whatever. Maybe donuts. Do they have donuts too? Maybe.
Well, yeah, it's not Canadian. Well, I have one in the town I live in.
Oh, really? Really? I did not know that. I thought it was just Canadian, but I had never heard of them until the internet. Now I've seen a few people like no, those are podcasts, which is the internet. We'll talk about them, but it's just weird, how aware we are of regional or foreign chains of food and restaurants and things like that because of the internet. Because they were founded in 1964, and so they've been around all my life, but I never heard of them until I was a middle-aged old man.
They have some really big wedgie fries, and they have a smile cookie and the best coffee in Canada.
I love cookies and I love smiles. That's the best combination.
And they have some big burrito-looking fucking thing that kind of looks frightening. Like I'm staying away from that shit. Never heard of them. Huh. Amazing.
You never heard of Tim Hortons either, huh? That's
No,
funny.
never did. Fortunately.
I think maybe I might have a handle on this. I hate too, like when you're going on some websites, like where you go to share something, and like you copy the link or whatever, and it doesn't give you a notification. Like it doesn't say at the bottom of the screen, link copy. So like it doesn't let you know that it actually copied the link like a lot of websites do. So like I'm hitting copy like 3 times, like not getting that message. So now I have like this link is in my clipboard probably 4 times because of that. All right. So let's see if I can get this figured out. Yeah. So I think Scott had posted this a little bit before, and I agree with him. If there's any topics that you would like us to cover, please let us know. And we will do our best to fit it in.
I just posted a link that Top Dog gave me from the Royal Institute on how to think about feelings. But
that's anyway, the name of it?
Yeah, how to think about feelings.
The Royal Institute of How to Think About Feelings.
Well, Royal Institute is that.
Yeah. Oh, Royal Institute is their Institute of. Okay,
that was me. Sorry. Okay. That was me. Sorry.
Okay, I've got the GoFundMe address and everything link right here. I'll put it in the side chat for you.
And it's so funny. I just figured it all out, and I'm putting it in the chat. Here we go. Yep, there it is. I just posted it. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm just going
to put it in there myself too, because.
Well, yeah, you can. Yeah, that's fine.
Because damn it.
Anyway, that video is kind of related to this because it's about the neuroscience of emotion and feelings and all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, that all fits. Got that from Top Dog and email just now.
Video.
The Top Dog.
The Top Dog.
So there we go. There's a couple posts with Marty's GoFundMe in it. If and like I said when I posted this on Facebook or one of the other places, is would it hurt you that much to go with one less Starbucks this week? Throw that $5 at Marty? I don't think it would. So help her out. She's a good person. She's really helped out many, many times when other folks in the community have had GoFundMe. So please throw her one of your cups of coffee or breakfast sandwiches this week in the form of cash. And yeah. So anyway, hey, we're going to keep plugging along here.
Just by looking at the picture, you would think Marty has some sort of skin disorder.
Well, no, I think that's like her maybe
she's
Halloween costume.
Yeah, I know. I was just
no, I know. Yeah, you were just trying to see if you could get Will Smith to walk up and slap you in the face. I understand.
I know. Yeah. That's what I've been trying to do all my life. Even before I even knew he existed. It's like I need a very special person to slap me in the face, and then later in life I knew it was Will Smith.
Oh, look at this, and he and Maynard can attest to. He knows Marty. She's good people. Maynard just donated. Thank you so much, Maynard. That is awesome. All right. So, all right. Again, if you have topic ideas, shoot us a message. Please, go underneath the video and engage in the conversation. If you have anything to say about that, about this topic, please count the days with us. Like Scott said in the video description is a link to the Twitter account. Go over there and engage with us if you would, please. And again, if anybody out there is older than Speed, we need to knock him off the top of the pile, man. He can't be the big kahuna forever.
We need him to feel as insignificant as possible. So
I shall always be Big Mike.
Big Mike. I don't know. That's not what the ladies tell me.
Oh, you haven't been talking. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do that joke. But anyway,
don't even. Yeah. Let's not. I'm sorry about opening that rabbit hole up. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You asked for that. I mean, you asked for that. Anyway, I would like to sum up that. Number one, we have not done this topic the justice that it deserves, because it is a big topic. And when you hear a Christian out there talking about this feeling of a personal connection to God, number one, fucking listen to them. Don't pull a Nat Dillahunty on them and say, oh, rational, fucking skeptic bullshit. Listen to what they're saying, because they're having a real experience, right? And number two, do not let those fuckers get away with trying to tell you that you can't have that experience unless you believe the way they do, because that's cult talk. So, number one, listen to them. Number two, push back, because this is the most important thing that mankind is going to figure out, if we ever figure it out in the next 100 years, is how to apply neuroscience, and what we've learned about what we are as organisms in the universe to how we live our lives. And religion is smack dab in the way of that. Now, yesterday,
Wait a minute.
I'm not done yet.
I understand.
I'm not
I
done
understand
yet.
that. I understand that, but I need to add something to that. Is like, because on one hand you're saying it's a real experience, but then you're also kind of like bashing it. To me, yeah,
No,
like
I'm not.
well, hold on. Let me finish what I was going to say. Is like, I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, but I'm hearing both sides of it. Like, you're recognizing the fact that it's a true human experience when they have these religious thoughts, but then you're saying we need to get rid of it. I don't think we need to get rid of it. I think we just need to, as you were saying earlier, understand it better and for what it is, what it really is.
Okay, I never said get rid of the experience. I said get rid of the belief about the experience. Get rid of the ill-conceived beliefs about the experience, that it's coming from Jesus or God or some external source.
Right, well, yeah.
And understand what the experience is. And now there was a senator yesterday, the last thing I wanted to add, or not a senator, but some woman at a rally for a senator that wanted to be elected, some Republican idiot, talking about all these horrible things that they're teaching children about transgender and critical race theory. And then she added that another horrible Marxist idea was this emotional development thing that they're teaching children about not bullying. So she was basically saying that talking to kids about peace and respect and not bullying other children was somehow a Marxist plot. And she was obviously a member of the religious right. Right. She said it out loud. I mean, it was, I forget if it was on Colbert or Trevor. No, maybe Trevor Noah. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a wonderful little piece. Hopefully I can find it and put it on the weather report without getting copyrights. But anyway, that's how these people think, right? They don't want children to be educated in this new, basically, science of what it is to be a human being. And no, I am not saying that religious experience is the most important aspect of my life. Okay, but I don't have the belief in Jesus and God that goes along with it. And so you have to separate those two things. This belief that Jesus is doing it to him is what we have to push back on and question. So anyway,
well, that's why I say, like, when somebody can fix something about their life, or they can have some epiphanous moment, where they realize some big part of their life, and they want to give credit to these outside forces when actually it was their own efforts that did it. That's what kills me. I mean, if you are able to rearrange your thinking and make positive changes in your life, why give credit to anybody but yourself and the human beings that helped you do that? Like, to say that it's this, force in the sky that did it for you, you're taking away from yourself. You're taking away from your fellow human beings. I mean, it's just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, to that conservative Christian female whack job that is against emotional development education, I just want to say, what's wrong with a little peace, love, and understanding?
Yeah.
What's wrong? What's wrong with a little peace, love, and understanding? Can I get a guitar?
Yeah, and now my mind is trying to remember who the fuck that is, but
Elvis Costello.
Oh yeah, that sucks, man, that I didn't remember that, because he's like one of my favorites.
He's awesome.
Like Allison, one of my favorite tunes ever. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap up. There we go, another hour, no callers. Damn it. Well, this is gonna change sometime real soon in the future, because I've been engaging with a lot of other people, and I've been digging into my notes and finding the contact information for some Christians I was engaged with, when I was doing content on Knox channel and on the Great Debate Community. So hopefully in the future we'll get some callers. And we've had some callers before, but I don't think have we had a theist caller yet, Mike or Scott? I think it's all been atheists, hasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. Thank you so much to everybody that's joined us today. Thank you so much to the people who popped in and are figured out how many days they've been alive. That's the great. I mean, it was just something so new to me when I met Speed and he talked about, he was doing it. And then, like I said, I had some shit going on in my life and then I thought, well, that's a good idea. And then I asked him first, I says, you think it's all right if I count the days too? And he was like, he was just like incredulous, like, what the fuck are you asking me for? Why do I have to give you permission? And
math is for everybody.
Yeah. And it's just like I said, for me, it gives me something every morning to start my day, focuses my day. And that's what I was trying to say earlier is like, I've been running around, getting stuff put away for the winter and everything. And I had a little moment here yesterday because there's this feeling that I remember having as a younger person, like when I lived in the town I grew up in, of like, I don't know how to describe it, but like when I would be outside and it'd be nice out, just looking at the world and the sense of awe that I had, and I kind of had that yesterday. I was around the property, like getting shit ready for the winter and putting stuff away, and all of a sudden I kind of looked up. It was a beautiful day. I looked up at the clouds and everything, and that feeling washed over me that I used to have. And I like kind of got a little more. I mean, I'm probably not describing it very well, but yeah, it was just, I don't know. I feel like I'm at an earlier stage in my life. I mean, I'm still getting older and everything, but as far as mentally, I just feel so much younger now. Like I don't know. I'm just babbling now. So, oh, wait a minute. Scott Duke. Kitty. Oh, there's a kitty. Is that
Thor.
Oh, that's Thor. I was going to say Snack got really big.
Yeah, he grew black. No, Snack is getting longer, and
Where is Snack right now?
He's outside of Locked Mouse. He was in timeout for 15 minutes yesterday while I was listening to music. I forgot about him, and he was screaming. And when he came out, like when he went in there, he was an asshole. He was growling at me, trying to bite me. He wasn't listening. And I put him in timeout. And when he came out, he was like purring and rubbing on my feet. And I picked him up and he wanted to be hugged. It just made a new cat out of him. So he's a little monster.
And then so what you got? So with Snack now, you've got 3 there, huh?
Got 3 kitties, yeah. Yep.
See, the thing is, you have more stories to tell about Snack than Thor and Loki, other than them trying to sit on your mouse or walk across the keyboard.
Yeah. Oh, God, I should have got a video of it, but Snack was like, okay, this is Thor. He weighs about 18 pounds.
Wow.
And Snack was plastered. It was on his back, hanging onto him yesterday. And that is not okay with Thor. That is just not okay. Anyway, Snack story.
So,
okay, guys, I'm out.
So, you're out.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm checked out today. I'm really checked out today.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, I feel a nap coming on later.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, Speed. I think Speed. Actually, it wasn't the Latinos or Mexicans that invented the siesta. It was Speed.
Yep.
Because he seems to take one every day. And I think he's been doing that for like 60 years.
I take like 5 naps a day.
5 naps a day?
Yeah, he's basically a cat.
Yeah, I'm a cat.
As soon as the camera's off, he starts,
Oh, that's how he takes a bath. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew them and then I take a nap. Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. So when I posted about my cat the other day giving himself a rusty trombone, you can do that yourself?
Oh, what?
Yeah, you can Google that. Well, you can Google that when we're done.
Don't want to know.
I think you do want to know.
I don't want
All right, so that's another one under our belts, folks. Thank you for joining us. We're going to keep at this until we worm into your minds and your hearts. And you can't go a Sunday without seeing Mike and Scott give you their opinions on topics. And I'm going to keep giving you, a little 1 or 2 minute bit at the beginning of each show. I might even cut that out as a short. But again, thank you folks so much for joining us. Count the days with us. Make every day count. And remember, no matter how you struggle and strive, you're never going to get out of this world alive.